Three.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Eric Guttmann from ericguttmann.com. That's www.ericguttmann.com. And I'm here with my very good friend Fernando Diaz, and he has an amazing story of how he himself has used Moringa to self-heal. So Fernando, please could you tell us just a little bit about yourself, but more specifically, the health challenges that you ran into in October of 2012 and how you did some research, what you found out, and what led you to take it on yourself and have you let Moringa become a part of that.
Sure. My wife, Sylvia Diaz, which you've met, has Parkinson's, and I have sugar diabetes. We've been researching for quite some time on how to improve our health because the sugar levels goes up and down, and the food intake and everything affects my lifestyle. And the most important was my wife's health, which was deteriorating with her Parkinson's. She's been my business partners for 22 years. You know, she came looking for work. 3 days later, we met and we're together. And that's a true story. And about 7 years ago, she had a slip and fall accident. And about 2 years after that, she was diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Wow, okay.
And
So then 5 years with Parkinson's as of right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got, and I've got sugar diabetes now for 10 years.
10 years, okay.
I was 47 when I was diagnosed. I'm 58.
Okay.
I'm going to be 58 in August. So through research and listening to television, the propaganda, we found out that Moringa works with for Parkinson and diabetes. So I started watching some YouTube videos, and it caught my attention. I said, wow, I'm going to try this.
And you told me you saw a very interesting video by why Fidel Castro is still alive.
Well, Fidel, believe it or not, is one of the biggest promoters of Moringa. He's close to 90 years old, and the guy he's been dead many times over. And he's growing Moringa all over Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I research Moringa, the more I see that it's just getting to go out into the market, and people are starting to know about it. And the stories that I'm reading of the results are incredible. So I said, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And we started first eating with Moringa, just like everybody, I guess, in the beginning. How do I use? How much do I use? Where do I apply it? And we started doing it in coffee, teas, sprinkle it on salads, mix it with food, sprinkle it all over. So I became a Moringa freak.
And then, okay, so here's a good question. You started adding the Moringa like in full force in October of 2012.
Yes.
What health benefits have you felt and your wife felt?
But wait a minute, let me interject for a second. I had two friends that had promised me they were going to bring Moringa. One was from Santo Domingo, and I'm like looking forward to see the sample of Moringa they were going to bring me. None of the two came up with the Moringa.
So then how did you start getting into Moringa then? How did you actually physically get it?
I went into a dealership.
Okay.
And I spoke to a gentleman that's a salesman, and we started talking about Moringa. And we've been already seeing the Moringa videos and everything, so I said, I need to get my hands on Moringa. I didn't know where to get it locally, so he said, well, my sister's growing it. So he brought me a little sample, like, I don't know.
So growing it local here in the Miami, Florida area?
Yeah, she grows it in her house. So I like that. I say, wow, this is nice. If she's growing it, I can grow it.
Yeah.
You'll see in a second. And I started consuming it, and then he doesn't sell it. He wasn't involved into it. And then I was able to get my hands on Moringa. And then from that, I started using it every day. I say, I'm not going to market or anything like this until I first know the results.
Excellent.
And same with my wife. We started using it, and everybody started seeing changes. The energy was unbelievable. I'm starting to be sharper in my thinking. Now I feel like I'm back in business again because my energy level went kaput, and too much stress, So now I feel like a new man. And I've been using Moringa every day now since October last year.
And your blood sugar is stable now?
My blood sugar back in June of last year was 9.9, and then on February my last test was 7.2 or 7.6. And the doctor says, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. So I have a little competition with him that I'm going to get it down to 6.5, which is the regular where it should be.
So at 6.5, it would no longer be considered a health issue.
Right.
At 6.5, you'd be under like what they call normal parameters.
Normal parameters. So.
Interesting. How about your wife? Your wife was, I think you told me she was taking a lot of meds. There
Yes.
was no progress.
Yes, as a matter of fact, when we kept going back to the doctor, he said, and she was telling him the side effects and her results. He was saying, well, it's just part of the disease that you have, and nothing we can do. And so I said, we just have to find the answer on our own.
So the doctor said there's nothing that Western medicine can do for you at this point. You just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of led you to say, well, I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands.
That's right.
Which led to the Moringa, which you were waiting on a friend to bring from Santo Domingo, which never happened. And then it happens as a guy growing it locally.
Now I'm giving it to him, and now he wants to distribute it in the store.
Now he wants to distribute it. That's how it's done. So let's talk. So you're almost down to normal blood sugar.
Almost.
I know you were talking about your wife. What are the things that your wife has? Like you were like telling me there was a point in time when you actually had to feed her, and I came here. She was just feeding herself, just being completely independent.
Yes.
What are the things that you have seen as a change since you've added Moringa into your wife's nutritional supplement?
Believe it or not, dancing was one of the things that we enjoyed
Wow.
the most. We danced
Wow.
all the time, and dancing and our families get-togethers was one of the things that I miss dancing with her, because she was kind of rigid.
Wow.
And her steps
Wow.
were not smooth. And about 4 weeks ago, she was dancing with me until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. So imagine quality of life, losing the ability to dance, and dancing with your wife.
That was a big part. The other one part was dressing her and helping her in everything she had to do, cutting her steak and everything, which is okay. I didn't mind. I've been doing it for 5 years. So it was a relief when I saw her progress. So now we're like starting a relationship again. It's like brand new.
That's beautiful.
So
and you were telling me, I mean, this guy is like a walking encyclopedia. Where you just some of those numbers you were shooting out about the number of vitamins and minerals, like what are the components? Can you just give them like a quick overview of why is it that Moringa is so nutritional?
Well, it has like 99 different nutrients, and
Okay,
it's still they're finding out different every day. Last night I was doing some research, and like 3:30, 4 in the morning, and one of the things that I was reading is that recently we're going to be seeing a lot of information that Moringa is very good for HIV patients.
Imagine that.
So I just found this out.
And you've made experiments like he's I don't know if you know, but he told me he's 58, and I told him he looks 50, 45. Yeah. How is it that you use Moringa to combat wrinkles? You were telling me how you do this.
I've created my own little formula, which I use my favorite cream, and I put a couple teaspoons, and I mixed it, and then I put it on my face at night, and it sucks it right out, and also right here. You see the hair coming out?
Was that a bruise or something?
No, that's from the diabetes. That dries my skin.
So you just take like the raw Moringa, the dried Moringa,
the powder.
Because she was explaining to me like when you dry the Moringa, it becomes 10 times more powerful.
That's correct.
So it's better to take it and because he's got plants growing right here, I can see them, and he's saying, and he showed me how he put them in this like a little pot, and he's drying it because then that's going to multiply the power and effectiveness. And by the way, this is his own creation. This is Moringa and nettle leaf tea, which greatly reduces inflammation, right?
Yes, and there's another little ingredient in there, which I'm going to leave it out.
All right, secret recipe. Wow, that's amazing. So now you have plants here, and you've also started planting, and you have a little place at Hutchinson Island.
Yes.
And now you've got like actual trees growing out of this place.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. So what are your plans for the future? I mean, I know you want to have acres of Moringa growing. Like, well, what are your plans? This is definitely taken off. There's already a lot of companies selling Moringa.
Oh, yeah.
What is it that you want to do?
Well, I see there's a lot of competition, but in reality, it's not competition because they all sell the product. But I see the education is not there.
Right.
So I want to create like a magazine for my website, which I'm still under research and development, where I would have all that information for the people. So all those hours that I put into it, it doesn't have to be that they're going to spend the same hours, but I have it already made for them. And videos and positive information, recipes, how to use the Moringa, which is what people need. Well, how do I use it? Just use it. It's food. How do you use food? Mix it with whatever you want. Orange juice tastes good. You can make smoothies with it.
Yep.
But add it to your food, your salads.
That's what I've been doing with the one that you gave me. In the morning, I always have a morning shake, so I add like a teaspoon. And then when I get home, when I eat, I take a teaspoon, in water and then just wash my dinner with it. So far, I'm at 2 teaspoons, and I'm doing good. I'm looking to increase it to 3.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So
that's where I'm at right now, about 3.
3 is good. And you were mentioning that even your eyesight.
My eyesight has improved. I have old glasses, and I went and picked up my old glasses where the prescription were lower, and I'm actually seeing better with my old glasses than my new glasses.
Wow! So look at that.
So which means that I have to go back and get them redone because it has changed. So that's a positive thing. My wife's vision has improved. She had excellent 20/20 vision, and then it dropped up to the 40s. It just went downhill for her, where she can blind.
Wow!
And now she's saying, "Look, I'm watching television much better." She's now has a better vision.
Yeah. So, when we sat down to have dinner, if you wouldn't have told me, I would have known, because this woman is just eating by herself. She's asked me questions about being in the Navy, about helping your nephew, I guess it is joining the Marines. I mean, to me, she was just completely carrying on like a normal human being, completely independent, until you told me that you had to feed her 2 years ago. I would have never noticed, because it's not like her hands move in any way weird. It's just she was eating just like we were eating, and we were having a normal conversation. So that right there is amazing, because it's not due to some meds. It's just due to really good nutrition with the Moringa.
Natural remedies. If you
it's
a plant you can have it in your backyard. If you don't have a backyard, if you have a little corner in your house, put it in a pot and start eating from it.
Wow.
But my goal, I guess, is to help as many people as I can and get the word out there, and to help the kids with, hey, stop using all that junk food, and which is just killing it's killing our youth.
Yep.
I mean, the president and the wives are doing a great thing, but it just got shut down. Yesterday I watched the news that they no longer going to have food in the cafeteria. They changed, and they spent like $3 billion.
Wow.
Now, why can't I have a little Moringa cafe in the cafeteria and have the kids have ice cream with Moringa in it, or a little shake, or they don't know what, but they'll see it. They'll have more energy. They'll be great with their health, and it will eliminate a lot of the sugar problem that we have, which is sugar diabetes is very big in America.
It is.
And all over the world, and we're one of the top countries with the most diabetic.
Yes, we are.
So I'm focusing primarily into the kids, my wife's problem, and my problem, and helping people in that field that I know are struggling, if not more than we are. And as a matter of fact, we have to go and deliver some in Sunrise. There's a lady that was just referred by the doctor. We're getting a lot of referrals from the doctor.
Wow.
Recently we went to Sylvia's follow-up visit every 3 months, and when the doctor saw her, he couldn't believe it. He says, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But I didn't do that. He said, I didn't do it.
That's awesome.
And then the secretary and the assistant that did the interview in the beginning, when you go in and they take up all the questions and get you ready to bring it to the doctor. I said, don't tell the doctor how she is. But she refers 3 people already. And they have actually come here to pick up the Moringa tree. One went to Jacksonville. The other one is right here in Miramar. And now they're inviting us to have barbecue. And I said, just help me spread the word.
And some of the, so he's got like the trees and the plots because they're starting, but you say you've got up to 30-foot trees.
Yes, I have a good friend that it's in Jupiter that has two 30-foot trees.
Excellent.
So I have some seedlings right now that they're in process for that.
Paro?
La batería está acá.
Okay. Well, you know, it looks like we're about to run out, so I want to thank you.
Okay.
And this will be the first of many as we keep on growing.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Moringa.
Well, here you go.
There you go.
Salud.
Salud.
Good health.